readings of the day. In this session, we will concentrate on how to solve numerical on time response analysis. So let us consider the first question. A unity feedback control system is given by G of S equal to K by S into S plus 10. Find the value of K for zeta equal to 0.5, and for this value of K, find rise time and maximum overshoot. Now if you read the question again, so given as it is a feedback control system and a negative feedback control system, and this G of S, that is the forward path transfer function G of S, is given. Find this value of K for zeta equal to 0.5. So to find the value of K, first thing we need to obtain overall transfer function. So given G of S is equal to K by S into S plus 10, and it is given as unity negative feedback, so H of S equal to 1. So overall transfer function C of S by R of S equal to G of S divided by 1 plus G of S, and if you substitute G of S as K by S into S plus 10 and H of S equal to 1, we will get C of S by R of S equal to K by S square plus 10S plus K. Now we need to find a value of K, zeta. So first we need to compare this with the standard second order transfer function. So by comparing with standard form of second order system, that is C of S by R of S is equal to omega n square divided by S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. If we compare this standard form and this equation of the system, transfer function of the system, we will obtain 2 zeta omega n, which is the coefficient of S, and here coefficient of S is 10. So 2 zeta omega n equal to 10. So from this, omega n is equal to 10 by 2 zeta, 10 by 2 into 0.5, that is equal to 10. Now K, what is the relation between K? K equal to omega n square. So omega n square equal to K. So K equal to omega n square, that is 10 square, that is equal to 100. So we got the answer for the first question, the value of K. Now for this value of K, find rise time and maximum overshoot. So rise time is equal to formula, as by formula, dr is equal to pi minus theta divided by omega t, where this theta is equal to tan inverse of root of 1 minus zeta square divided by zeta. And here you should remember that this theta value should be in radians. Pi is a radian value, 180 degree, or pi is in radians, and this theta value should be in radian. So tan inverse of root of 1 minus 0.5 square divided by 0.5 will give the answer as 1.05 radians. So theta equal to 1.05 radians. Now one more thing is unknown factors omega d, but we can calculate omega d is equal to omega n into root of 1 minus zeta square, or root of omega n square into 1 minus zeta square. So root of 100 omega n square into 1 minus zeta square, you will get it as 8.66. So 10 into 0.5 square, you will get 8.66. So rise time is equal to dr is equal to pi minus theta by omega d, that is pi minus 1.05 divided by 8.6. You will get it as 0.2415 second. Always better to keep the answer in 4 decimal approximation. Next, maximum overshoot. So maximum overshoot, as per the formula, it is equal to e to the power minus pi zeta divided by root of 1 minus zeta square, e to the power minus pi zeta by root of 1 minus zeta square into 100, that is a percentage overshoot. So e to the power minus pi into 0.5 divided by root of 1.5 square into 100 equal to 16.32%. So let us consider the next problem. For the negative feedback system shown in figure below, find the percentage overshoot for the step input, settling time for the step input, steady state error for input R of t equal to this. Now to find out the percentage overshoot and settling time, we need zeta and omega n value, because these values depends on zeta and omega n. So the first important thing is we need to find out zeta and omega n for this given transfer function. To find out the zeta and omega n of this system, we need to find out the overall transfer function. So from the diagram, it is given as g of s is equal to, this is the forward path transfer function, 50 divided by s into s plus 5, and it is a unity feedback system, so h of s equal to 1. So overall transfer function c of s by r of s equal to g of s divided by 1 plus g of s h of s. This plus is because it is a negative feedback system. So by substituting g of s as this and h of s as 1, we will get as c of s by r of s is equal to 50 by s square plus 5s plus 50. Now to obtain a zeta and omega n, we need to compare this transfer function, system transfer function, with the standard second order transfer function. So by comparing the standard second order system, we will get omega n square is equal to 50, that is this value constant, omega n square is equal to 50, and 2 zeta omega n equal to 5. So from this omega n square is equal to 50, omega n is equal to root of 50, that is 7.07, and 2 zeta omega n is equal to 5. So zeta is equal to 5 by 2 zeta omega n, that is 0.3536. So once we get zeta and omega n from the given data, now we can find out maximum overshoot and settling time. So for first one, answer to the first one, percentage overshoot. Percentage overshoot for the step input is equal to e to the power minus pi zeta by root of 1 minus zeta square into 100. By substituting zeta value as 0.3536, we will get as 30.49%. You can calculate using a calci, so you will get 30.49%. Now about the settling time. Settling time for the step input T of s equal to 4 by zeta omega n. Here the which percentage tolerance level is not given. So if such a case, we need to consider 2% tolerance error. So for 2% tolerance error, it is 4 by zeta omega n. So 4 by 3.536 into 0.707 is equal to 1.6 seconds. So next we need to find out steady state error for the input. So to find out the steady state error, we need to find open loop transfer function, g of s, h of s. So g of s is given as 50 by s into s plus 5, h of s equal to 1. So g of s, h of s becomes the same as g of s. Now to find out the steady state error, we need error constant. So we will calculate one by one. Position error constant Kp is equal to, as per formula, limit as s tends to 0, g of s, h of s. So that becomes limit as s tends to 0, 50 by s into s plus 5. If I substitute s is equal to 0, I will get as infinity. Something 50 by 0 is infinity. Velocity error constant Kb, limit as s tends to 0, s, g of s, h of s. So limit as s tends to 0, 50 into s by, so s gets cancelled. So if I substitute s equal to 0, I will get 10. So acceleration error constant Ka equal to limit as s tends to 0, s square g of s, h of s. So substituting that, one s gets cancelled, so it remains 0. Now from the concepts also we know, if the system is of first type 1 system, then there exists only velocity error constant with a constant value, all other are either 0 or infinity. Now for the given input, The given input R of t can be represented in a standard test signal as R of t is equal to, actually it is 6t square, I will make it as 2t square by 2, because standard form of the parabolic input is 8t square by 2. So it is 12t square by 2 plus 4t plus 2u of t, which is the sum of step signal with A1 is equal to 2, this is the step signal, as well as ramp signal with A2 equal to 4 and a parabolic signal with A3 equal to 12. So what happens to the steady state error? This input signal is sum of the three type of signals, so steady state error is also sum of the three steady state error, which is caused by step, ramp and parabolic inputs. So steady state error for a given input is A1 by 1 plus Kp plus A2 by 1 Kv plus A3 by Ka. So A1 is equal to 2 by 1 plus Kp, 4 by Kv plus 12 by Ka. Since Ka is a 0, 12 by 0 leads to infinity, and if you add anything to the infinity, results in infinity only. So the steady state error for this input, for this system is infinity. Now let us consider the next problem. The open loop transfer function of a feedback control system is given by g of s h of s is equal to 100 divided by s square into s plus 4 into s plus 12. Determine static error constant, steady state error for this. So in this it is asked to find out static error constant. So this is the open loop transfer function. So from this is the type 2 system, because two poles are at origin, s square is x. So whenever it is a type 2 system, it is the non-zero constant for acceleration constant. Acceleration constant is a non-zero value. What about a position constant and a velocity constant? Position constant as well as velocity constants are infinity. Will we get infinity and a constant? Let us see. Now position error constant Kp as per the formula, limit as s tends to 0, g of s h of s, limit as s tends to 0, for this particular case 100 divided by s square into s plus 4 plus 12. If I substitute h is equal to 0, it becomes infinity. Velocity error constant Kv is equal to limit as s tends to 0, s g of s h of s. So substituting that, s and s, one s gets cancelled, but still one more s is there in denominator. So as s tends to 0, it is also becomes infinity. Acceleration constant Ka is equal to limit as s tends to 0, s square g of s h of s. So it becomes limit as s tends to 0, 100 into s square divided by s square into. So s square gets cancelled, and if I substitute s is equal to 0, so 100 divided by 48, that is 2.0833. So this is the answer for the first question. Now steady state error for input. Now first thing, as I did in the previous problem, the input can be represented as standard signals. 2t square I will represent as 4t square by 2 plus 5t plus 10 ut, which is once again a sum of step signal A1 is equal to 10, A2 equal to 5 and A3 equal to 4. So steady state error for the summed input is sum of steady state errors. So A1 by 1 plus Kp plus A2 by 1 Kv plus A3 by Ka. By substituting this value, Kp is infinity, so this becomes 0. Kv is infinity, so this becomes also 0, because anything by infinity is 0. Then 4 by Ka, Ka is equal to 2.033, so 1.92. So steady state error for this input, given input, is 1.92. Now we will see the next problem. The open loop transfer function of a servo motor with unity feedback is given by g of s is equal to 10 by s into 0.1 s plus 1. Determine static error constants. Steady state error for input R of t as a0 plus a1t plus a2 by t, a2 by 2 t square. So to find out the steady state error constant, we need g of s, h of s. And in the problem, g of s is given as 10 by s into 0.1 s plus 1, and it is given as unity feedback system. So h of s equal to 1. So g of s, h of s remains the same as g of s, that is 10 by s into 0.1 s plus 1. Now position error constant kp is equal to limit as s tends to 0 g of s, h of s, limit as s tends to 0 substituting g of s, h of s as 10 divided by s into 0.1 s plus 1, which is leads to infinity. Velocity error constant kb equal to limit as s tends to 0 s g of s, h of s equal to limit as s tends to 0, substituting this s gets cancelled and we'll get as 10. Acceleration error constant k equal to limit as s tends to 0 s square g of s, h of s equal to limit as s tends to 0 becomes 0. So as from the type 1 system, error constant, position error constant should be infinity, and we are getting velocity error constant is a constant 10 and acceleration error constant is 0. Now to find out the steady state error for this input, where the input r of t is the sum of step signal with the amplitude a0, ramp signal with magnitude a1, and parabolic signal with magnitude a2. As we know, whenever the input is the sum of the different standard test signal, then steady state error is sum of the steady state error caused by these individual inputs. So steady state error for the input is a0 by 1 plus kp plus a1 by kb plus a2 by ka. By substituting kp, kb, ka as these values, so this is 0, this is some constant, and this is infinity. So sum of infinity plus anything leads to infinity. Let us see the next problem. For the given system g of s, h of s, g of s, h of s equal to k by s square into s plus 2 into s plus 3. Find the value of k to limit steady state error to 10 when input to the system is 1 plus 10t plus 20t square. Now here it is given as, for this input steady state error is 10, then find the value of k. Now process is the same. So first find out the position error constant expression. So kp is equal to limit as s tends to 0 s g of s, h of s. So by substituting this, we'll get infinity. Velocity error constant kb is equal to limit as s tends to 0 s g of s, h of s. So one s gets cancelled, but still one s in denominator. So if I substitute s equal to 0, apply the limit s equal to 0, I'll get infinity. Whereas the acceleration error constant k equal to limit as s tends to 0 s square g of s, h of s equal to limit as s tends to 0 k square divided by s square into s plus 2 into s plus 3. So s square gets cancelled, and if I apply the limit s equal to 0, so I'll get k by 6. Now input r of t, which is given as 1 plus 10t plus 20t square, I'll represent in a standard test signals as 1 u of t plus 10t plus 20t square as 40 into t square by 2, which is the sum of, once again, step signal with a1 1, ramp signal with a2 10, and parabolic signal with a3 40. So steady state error for this given input for this particular system is a1 by 1 plus kp plus a2 by kb a3. So if I substitute the values, so kp is infinity, so this becomes 0, kb is infinity, so this becomes 0, but ka equal to k by 6, so it is 240 by k. Now in the problem statement, it is given that steady state error to 10. So that means this 240 by k equal to 10. So k equal to 240 by 10, that is equal So numerical on time response analysis is easy. Only thing, you need to analyze the problem statement properly. Now, based on the question statement, if you need to find out the time domain specifications, then you need to find zeta and omega from the given data, and then you have to substitute in the formula. And if you are asked to find out the steady state error, you need to find out all the error constants and then apply the formula. Thank you.